So, when doing sound studies, there's one name that it is literally impossible to escape. Schafer. Schafer. There he is again. Schafer. Schafer. Why is he literally everywhere? Raymond Murray Schafer is sort of like a founding father for sound studies. He's a Canadian composer, philosopher, author who coined a ton of terms that we use in analysis of the acoustical environment, including the one that we commonly use to describe the acoustical environment, aka soundscapes. However, stick with me, when reading his work, you can sort of tell that Schafer has some pretty strong opinions on the modern soundscape. And while the terminology that he's coined is certainly really useful, it's not without its faults and biases. Enter schizophonia. Schizophonia refers to the split between an original sound and its electroacoustical transmission or reproduction. Schafer's new fancy term is derived from the Greek root schizo, which literally means to split. And if it sounds familiar to any other term that we know, that was intentional. Schafer intentionally wanted it to be associated with the medical diagnosis of schizophrenia, which to convey to people using this word that it is associated with drama and just general not good things. So he wasn't a fan. Oh, we have split the sound from the maker of the sound, and sounds have been torn from their natural sockets and given an amplified and independent existence. Yeah, so Schafer waxes poetic for like 2 paragraphs about how he thinks that this like removal of sound from the natural environment is detrimental. It's, in his, modern life has been ventriloquized. Okay, buddy, slow down. So, as a Gen Z college student, this was my first impression. Wait, what? This seems like an old guy who just hates everything new. Technology is great. I mean, like, I love listening to stuff. I'm not sold. And I think that past me totally has a point. Like, if we were trying to avoid schizophonia at all cost, you wouldn't be able to call people because that would be displacing their voices by miles. You wouldn't be able to hear me in this video. We wouldn't be able to listen to music unless it was live. And how often do you get to do that? And also, music would be less interesting. I mean, think about all of the really cool things that we're able to do now with music, now that we can use recordings. I mean, just, have you heard about the Billie Eilish bad guy crosswalk thing? Okay, one sec.
Australia, you press the button, and then when the walk sign turns on, you hear this rhythmic sound that I love and that Billie loved, and so we recorded it, and it sounds like this. It's got it's got a groove. The walk sign turns on, you hear this rhythmic sound that I love and that Billie loved, and so we recorded it, and it sounds like this. It's got it's got a groove. Perfect.
Wait, that's bizarre. That happens in Australia?
That's just every time you cross a street in Australia, you hear that.
Wow. All right, so then you use that for the song Bad Guy.
Yeah, the thing people think are hi-hats and Bad Guy is actually just that.
Duh.
I mean, that is so cool and so schizophrenic in so many ways, and I love it. However, as I think about it more, Schafer definitely does also have a point about recordings, and how they remove us from the unique beauty of our natural environment. When I walk through campus, I almost always have my headphones in, listening to music or a podcast or something else, out of fear that without artificially altering my own perceived soundscape, I'll be bored. In those videos, you can hear the rush of the car zooming past me. You can hear the click of my bike telling me that I really need to take better care of it. You can hear the birds chirping. You can hear people talking in multiple different languages. And it's amazing how, when I'm not artificially altering my own perceived soundscape through these guys, what I would have considered a lo-fi background soundscape that I wouldn't have really tuned into suddenly becomes incredibly hi-fi and acute. And I'm getting that just from listening to what is already within the natural bounds of sound. This is also an idea that Schafer touches on in his The Music of the Environment essay, where I'm drawing all this from. So, do I think that Schafer is being a little bit dramatic in his characterization of schizophonia in his essay? Yes. However, he does provide a good definition for the media overload that we can sometimes experience with modern soundscapes, with recordings everywhere. Schafer is right. Sometimes just stepping back and appreciating the natural soundscape around us can help keep you grounded and present. Okay, because this is technically a video, I do feel contractually obligated to say, please like and subscribe and add any questions or comments down below. However, for those of you that are currently in the room with the real live me, hi Professor Boyer, and my classmates, go ahead, fire away, I'm all ears.